Hey Python coders, today we are going to build a matrix math challenge. When you build a simple grid-based game, you won't just have fun, you will level up key Python skills too. So what are we going to learn today is, first we will see how to work with matrices using loops and timers, understanding the OS library, game logic and much more. So let's get started. So the very first thing we will import is NumPy as NP. So first we are importing the NumPy library, and then we are also importing OS library, and we will also import the time library. So we will use all these three libraries to make a matrix math challenge. So what are we going to make in this is, we will randomly create two matrices of 3x3 order. You can make it of any order you want. Here we will just write rows and columns equals to 3 comma 3. If you want it to be 3 cross 2 matrix, then you just need to write it 3 comma 2, and so on like that. So we will make two random matrices out of it, and then we will choose one out of plus, minus or multiply. That will be chosen randomly by the program, and it will just show the result whether it adds up or subtracts or multiplies, and we need to guess what is it, whether it has added it, subtracted or multiplied. And there's a twist in this game, so first let us make this and then we will see that twist. Okay, so as I said, first we will set rows and columns to be 3 and 3 here. Rows comma columns is equal to 3 comma 3. And now we will have to create a random matrix, so let it be X. So we will create it by np.random.random, and let its number be from 1 to 9. We have written here 1 to 10 because 10 will be excluded and 1 will be included. So for making it matrix, we will write here rows comma cols. It means a matrix will be formed. Okay, and we need to make one more matrix, so let it be Y. And you can see we have created two matrices randomly from here. Now we can print X and Y. So first we will print X and then we will print Y. So let us run this program and see. And here you go with two matrices randomly formed. This is X and this is Y. So you can see this is a 3 cross 3 matrix, and as I have already said, if you want it to be 3 cross 2, 2 cross 3 or whatever, you can just change the number of rows or columns. Okay, so our next thing is to randomly choose an operator. So for that we can make a list named as operators, and in this list we can add one plus, then one is minus, and one is multiply. You can even add other operators as per your wish. Now we need to choose one random operator out of this. So what we'll be doing is, we will use random.choice. So np.random.choice and the name of the list operators. So here we can print z and see the output. We don't need to print the z in program, instead we will be asking it from the user. So for now we're just looking it so that we can see what the program is doing. So it printed minus. This means that randomly selected z is minus. So let us see again it's minus. Okay, and now it's multiply, and you can see a different matrix is printed every time because it is randomly printed. So you can see here also a different matrix is printed. Okay, now we can put this in comment because this will not be needed in the program. So we will use a match case structure. So its syntax is simpler: match, then we will write z and a colon. Z because we are just have to take this operator, like whichever operator we will get. And now we will writing the case here. So for example, if we get plus, so match z means that match the value of z with this if k is plus. So if z is plus, this means if z is plus, then what we will be doing, we will be adding both the matrices, so x plus y. And now we can copy paste this, and here we will be writing case minus. So one case is if z is minus, as you can see here, and the other will be if z is plus. So if z is multiply, sorry, so if z is multiply, here it will be written multiply, and this multiply means element wise multiplication and not the matrix multiplication. If you want to know how to multiply the matrix, then you can check out my last video, which you can see in the I button also. Now we need to print the result also. So let us make another variable z. So z is a. This means that if k is plus, so if z is plus, that is our operator is plus, then the value of j is a. So let's copy paste here. A is for addition. Now we can write s. S is for subtraction, and the next thing is multiplication. So we can write here m. So I have mentioned this variable z here, j here, so that we can take input from the user and then we can compare it with the variable j. If both are same, then the input by the user is correct, otherwise it's wrong. So the next thing is we will print add a and then subtract s, and the third one is multiply, so it is m. And now we will take input from the user, so I is equal to input, enter, then a, s and m. So user has to input one of these, a, s or m, and then we can set it to upper. So even if the user enters small a, small s or small m, then it will be considered as in uppercase, so it will be considered in capital only by the computer, and so it can be compared easily by this j which we have set in capital letters. Okay, so as I've already said, the next thing is to compare. So we will see if I is equal to j, then we will print it correct. You cracked the matrix match challenge. And then we will have to set an else condition also. If the user is not correct, that is if I is not equal to j, then it will print incorrect. So here we have not yet used the time and the OS library, but let us run this program and see what results comes out to be. So here is our matrix, then this is another one, this one is x, then this one is y, and this one is the resultant matrix. Okay, and you can see here 1 plus 9 is 10, 9 plus 4 is 13, and so on like this. So this is the addition of these two matrices. Okay, so the answer should be A. Whether we write in small or in capital, it doesn't matter, so let us write in small. Sure, it has shown correct. You cracked the matrix math challenge. Let us try this once more. And this time you can see it's subtraction because 2 minus 9 is minus 7. 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, so let us write in capital this time S, and again we are correct. Now let us also try once to give it an incorrect one, like 4 plus 5, 9. Okay, so we know it's add, but let us give it M. So what it will do? It has shown that it's incorrect. Okay, so we are done with this program. Now the time for the test. So what the test is, after printing these matrices, After printing these three matrices, the screen will be cleared and you will be asked this question. Okay, so for that, let us add here. First, we will say os.system and then cls. This means that the clean will be cleared. It is using the OS library. So if we run this here, so you can see the screen is cleared and it's asking this question. But we couldn't even see the matrices, right? So for that we will be using this time library which we have imported. So what are we going to do is we will be writing time.sleep and the seconds, maybe we could write 0.5 seconds. Okay, so let us try with this. First we have to start this one again. Okay, so let us start this again. And you can see it's again too much fast, so you could give it 0.8 and you can give it even 1, 2, 3 or as many seconds as you want. Okay, so let us start this again now, and here we go. So you can see it was 8, then 8 and 0, the first elements of the three matrices. That means it was subtraction. And if we write yes and yo, we are correct. So correct, you cracked the matrix math challenge. If we give one incorrect answer, then let us see. It was multiplication I saw. So let us give incorrect this time. And as we have given it intentionally, so it has shown the incorrect message also. So this was the game where we used three libraries: NumPy, OS, and Time. NumPy library was to make different matrices and use operators on it. OS library was to clear the screen after showing the matrices before asking the question. And Time library was shown so that the user can get some time to see the matrix and then can answer the question. So what have we written here is, first we had mentioned the values of rows and columns of the matrices, that is the dimension of the matrices. Then we have generated two randomly matrices containing random numbers, two matrices containing random numbers, and then we have printed those matrices. We can even give some space between it by writing here print and in parentheses, empty parentheses, then it will give one space between x and y. And then we have randomly chosen one operator. We can even use another operator for this, as many operators as we want. And then we use the match case. So for this, if z is plus, that is operator is plus, then it will add the matrices. If it is minus, then it will subtract, and if it is multiply, then it will multiply the matrices. And we made another variable named as j. J was to see if the user's input is correct or not. So if the user's input, which is I, matches with j, then the answer is correct, and if it does not match, then the answer is incorrect. So between this was the time.sleep. If we do it like 1.8, and if we see this, then you can see the time was more than before, and so it was a program, and if you want it to be 10, then it can be 10. The time can be set by you as you want. Then os.system cls meant that cls command was run on the terminal, and what cls shows, like if I type cls here, and you can see the screen is clear, and that's why we have run this command cls, so that before asking the question the matrices can be cleared. So this was all for this video. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe the channel. Happy coding.